Drovenai Oshen'el never envisioned a life beyond the tranquil embrace of the tides, where the warm waters of the Sword Coast cradled him and the gentle currents guided his every move. Born and raised amidst the reefs, Drovenai found solace in the ocean's depths, where the cacophony of the world above gave way to the serene hush of the sea. Diving was not a destiny or duty. It was simply the rhythm of his existence. With each descent beneath the waves, he stepped into a realm where he truly belonged, harboring no grand aspirations or heroic dreams. The sea was his world, and it was enough. However, the course of Drovenai's life shifted the day he responded to a summons from an old acquaintance seeking assistance with a lost cargo crate. Upon arrival, he discovered the crate was, in fact, a half-collapsed ruin lodged in a trench, and the so-called help required him to venture into the depths alone. That single dive dragged him into a web of obligations he never anticipated. Salvage crews, coastal wardens, researchers, and merchants all sought his expertise for perilous underwater missions. Drafted into a role he never agreed to, he was trapped in these responsibilities, much like a fish snared in a net, swiftly and without prior warning. Yet with each challenging dive, Drovenai unearthed something new within himself. It was as if the currents wove a path for him, enhancing his movements with extraordinary precision. His attacks bore the force of the tide, and his instincts honed into a keen, almost predatory edge. On land, he devoted himself to rigorous training to meet the demands of his newfound calling. Underwater, he maneuvered with a grace and strength rooted in ancient memory. People slowly came to depend on him not only as a diver, but also as a protector, a guardian who could discern the sea's moods and stand resolute against whatever emerged from its depths. Over time, Drovenai became the understated nexus of the Sword Coast's eclectic community. He was the one who recovered what was lost, ventured into feared trenches, and stood as a barrier between the shore and the unknown. Though he never sought the role, the sea chose its own champions, and Drovenai Oshen'el emerged as one. He was a man molded by the deep, fortified by the relentless tide, and trusted by all who lived within the sea's reach. Additionally, Drovenai embraced the mantle of a tide-turner ranger, delving into the aquatic and wild facets of his character. His human heritage set him apart within the tide-turner assemblage, predominantly filled with water genasi, sea elves, and tritons. Nonetheless, the fluidity of this archetype drew many to its ranks. Concurrently, Drovenai's prowess as a champion fighter came to the fore. Specializing in dexterous combat, his keen senses enhanced through the art of blind fighting, he exhibited a remarkable ability to navigate battle with his ears, agility, and instinct. As Drovenai Oshen'el continued his journey, he embodied the spirit of neutrality and goodness, driven by a deep connection with the sea and a commitment to safeguard the community he cherished. Though rooted in simplicity, his story was woven with the intricate threads of adventure, transformation, and the undeniable power of the sea.